Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the bosqueenet adventure. My name's Jeff, and tonight I present to you all beautiful mountain views. There are a few dark clouds in the area. Not sure if we're going to get any rain, but I brought a tarp along with me. I think I'm going to go ahead and get it all set up. That way, I'm just prepared just in case. Now, before we start doing that, I do want to thank you all once again for joining me. Now, let's get camp all set up. There's a good thunder cell just out in this direction. I have not taken out this tent for a while. Been a few months. For those of you who may be wondering, this is the Nature Hike Mongar 2. But this is the older version of it. They make a UL version now that has kind of a different vestibule on it. You're supposed to be able to use a trekking pole to kind of raise it up and to have a better entryway. Sounds interesting. I wonder if Mandy will let me get another tent. I am once again using the Meat Peak sleeping pad. This is just a simple cheapy one off of Amazon, but instead of using the foot pump on it today, I will be using the flex tail. And yes, the flex tail is able to fill this pad to capacity, and I don't have to use the foot pump on it. Also, for this adventure, I will be using, for the second night, my Nature Hike CW700. The first night was awesome. I think the second night will be awesome with it also. But just putting this sleeping bag through the testing phase. This gray cloud is still up and over here. I don't think it's made up its mind yet on what it's going to do. The weather forecast said 20% chance of rain, so I'm not counting on it. Now, I do have the opportunity to have a fire tonight. Okay, some of you may call it a fake fire. I did bring up a Duraflame log tonight. I'm testing something out. It's for the winter time, because as you may or may not be aware, come the winter time, trying to find dry firewood is just a little difficult. So I'm doing a test of sorts of, do I have it in me to hike up with all of my already heavier winter gear a Duraflame log. Now, a Duraflame log, it weighs about 4.5 pounds. And I'll show you this Duraflame log a little bit later before we light it up and everything else. But, you know, that's just kind of my test for tonight. I wanted to try one out, you know, make sure that there weren't any like weird smells or anything else like that. I don't do good with artificial perfumes and everything else like that. So just doing a test with it tonight. But we'll go ahead and set up the fire pit now, just so that we're ready for it. All set up. We'll just set that over there. Off to our south here, we have another cell passing by. However, I think it's just gonna go north to south, but I've been just sitting here listening to the thunder roll on by. It's quiet, it's hard to pick up, but it's just out that way. All right, it is time to make some dinner. Tonight for dinner, I was in the mood for a hamburger, a bacon hamburger. Let's get to cooking. Got a nice Hawaiian sweet bun to go with this. They're tasty. All right, now we're gonna let this burger cook in the bacon fat. You cook dinner around here and all of a sudden the bees decide to come out. Yeah, go away. Don't need any bee in my burger. Bacon's underneath. Yes, I was supposed to have some other stuff with this, like I had originally planned on doing an egg, throw some cheese on there at least, but I kind of forgot a few things. Oh well, it'll still be a very tasty burger. But we'll go ahead and throw some mustard on there. Do the twist. Oh my goodness. I also have a cold drink for us this evening. Like I said, I am a fan of root beer. So what do we have here tonight? We have Bedford's root beer. I've never had this one, so we're going to give that one a try tonight. First time, let's try it out. Ooh, that's pretty good. It's sweet. It's made with pure cane sugar. So no artificial sweeteners here. Yeah, I like that one. That one's really good. Let's dive into the burger. Bon appetit. Wonderful, tasty, simple. You gotta love a good burger. Better keep the cap on so no bees fly down there. They're just a nuisance right now. There's definitely a different taste to it, and I'm looking at the ingredients trying to figure out what would be causing the different taste. But it tastes like it has cinnamon in it. I don't know, maybe that's not cinnamon, but whatever it is, I kind of like it. That's a good one. So Bedford's root beer. That's a good one. As you can see, some of the fall colors are starting to set in. This tree over here is already starting to turn pink. And up here on the hillside, you can see some of the colors changing too. But in just a few weeks, believe it or not, this whole grove of aspen trees will start turning a bright yellow. All right, as I said earlier, I'm running an experiment of sorts. So tonight I'm going to be using a Duraflame log. Yes, I know. Nail me in the comments below. Jeff, that's a fake fire. Yes, I know. Really, the purpose in me trying this out is that in the winter time, I still like to have a fire when I can, when I'm out camping. And when I'm camping in the snow, a fire is very appreciated. So first off, I'm just trying to figure out how well one of these works. This is my first experience with a Duraflame log. Second, I want to see how long it actually lasts. Now the packaging states that this will burn up to 3 hours. We're gonna see if that's true. Right now it's about 6:50, so once we light that up, we'll start the timer and see how long it goes for. And then lastly, I really want to know, is this just a fire for aesthetic purposes only? Or will it put off enough heat to stay warm? I don't know. Let the experiment begin. All right, so pretty simple. It's just saying, light that lip of the wrapper on fire. And away she'll go. It says kind of floof it out here. Pull that out just like that. And just light that edge. All right, yes, right there, just a little bit of the log has caught. So far, not too impressed. Maybe it's too windy, but I'm gonna cheat here for just a moment. I'm gonna prop this end up, and I've got one of my fire starter cubes that I'm gonna just put right underneath there. See, I've got confidence in those things. Those things like light up right away. Now, this end over here, that hasn't gone out. That's still burning. We just got to get the rest of it going. It is now 7:06, so this has been going for 15 minutes now. And so it's starting to spread, it's starting to catch more. It just takes a little while for it to get going. But I am happy to report that it is putting out some good heat. So that's what's wanted. Now I did decide to twist the fire pit to put the wind on the flame side, and that seems to have really caused it to ignite, as you can see. But yeah, that's warm. That's pretty nice. I could see myself bringing up one of these in the snow. That'll be a heavy backpack, but I'll do it. It's definitely a hot chocolate kind of an evening. The temperature, I can't even read that from here. Let's go check the temperature out. It's officially 64 degrees out, and up until now there's been this breeze that's been blowing through, and it was making everything quite chilly. So definitely hot chocolate time. Cheers, everyone. All right, we're officially 1 hour into the Duraflame log burning. So far it's going pretty strong. Lots of heat. I'm kind of digging on this. This is pretty good. So we'll check back in another hour to see how well it's still doing. That is now 2 hours. And there is still a lot of that left. Okay, so I apologize, Duraflame. I was kind of mocking you, thinking that this thing wasn't going to last 3 hours. I think it just might. It's got a lot left to go. But still, cranking out the heat. This has been fantastic. Just loving it. Just a little bit earlier, I shot some video of the moon rising up over the hillside there. It's going to be a full moon tonight, though there still are clouds in the skies, so it's going to obscure it just a little bit. It's not going to be as bright as it usually is here with that full moon. But as is customary when I'm running a long duration experiment like this, I decided to throw a movie on my phone. So I've just been sitting back, enjoying the fire, watching a flick. Tonight's movie, again, a John Wayne classic. If you're new to the channel, I like to watch John Wayne movies. So tonight's flick was The Fighting Seabees. So this was a story about the Naval Construction Battalion that was formed during World War II. Construction Battalion, CB, or as in the Navy's case, it was SEABEE, CB, and all the work that they did in World War II, building and constructing different bases along the islands in the Pacific. In John Wayne movies, there's always a love interest, and occasionally John Wayne doesn't make it to the end of the movies. So, sorry, spoiler alert, John Wayne didn't make it to the end of this movie. Sorry for the spoiler, but it was a good one. I highly recommend it. John Wayne's The Fighting Seabees. We've just hit the 3-hour mark. Once you start getting to the about 2.5-hour mark on this thing, it really starts to smoke and smolder because those outer edges, I mean, it's pretty much just caked on soot at that point. So as you saw, I decided to break it apart, just kind of speed up the process, and yeah, it's putting out a whole lot more heat now. Because there's so much more surface area now, this will burn a whole lot quicker. Like I said, it's getting on in hours. It's almost 10 o'clock. So I've had my fun with the fire. This has been a fantastic experiment. But I am getting just a little bit tired. 3 hours for the full log? Yeah, certainly does it. That's confirmed. All right. Well, the fire's officially out. It's 60 degrees, so it's not too bad out here. It's actually quite pleasant. I would show you this, but the camera's just not picking it up. There's actually quite a few hikers on the way up to the top of the mountain. Sometimes people will start this late at night just so that they can catch sunrise at the peak. So this is just the beginning point over here, and I see all kinds of lights lighting up the trail heading up. So good on them. It's a good hike, well worth it. It makes me happy to see other people enjoying this too. But let's see here. Yep, it is officially 10:30. I am gonna start hitting the hay. Still sounds like there's traffic coming out of the canyon. So the road isn't quiet quite yet. But I don't think I'm going to have too much trouble getting to sleep. I've just been having a good time camping. Yeah, I'm in my sweet spot right now. 2 weeks in a row too, so I'm really happy about that. But anywho, enough chit chat. I'm going to crawl into bed. We'll see you all in the morning. Thank you once again for joining me. Good night now. Good morning, everyone. I think our 50% chance of rain is now a 0% chance of rain. So I went ahead, took down the tarp. That way we get the fantastic mountain views behind us for breakfast this morning. But it is a little bit chilly. It's 55 degrees. It's not as cold as it has been on this channel, but you know, just getting back into the cooler weather, I'm kind of liking it. With the cool morning, need a hot drink. This morning I have apple cider. And to go with our hot drink this morning, I'm going to be making a sausage and bacon sandwich. I forgot the egg and cheese at home. I'm going to dive in. This is my simple all-meat breakfast sandwich this morning. I really wish I would have brought that cheese and egg. Oh well. Bon appetit. It's good. Definitely missing something. I've got the sunrise happening here. And over here to my north, there's actually a dark cloud. All right, everyone. My bags are all packed. The camp is all cleaned up. Just got to enjoy these mountain views just one last time before I take off. But I do want to thank you all for joining me on this adventure. We had some great eats. Okay, maybe they could have been a little bit better had I brought egg and cheese and all the other fixings for my food. But hey, oh well, it was good anyway. Let's see here. We even got to do a little experimentation with the Duraflame log. Yes, that did last 3 hours, so I'm very happy with that. So that may make wintertime camping just a little bit more enjoyable. Kind of bring the fire supplies with me, I guess. But if you like the content that I'm providing, be sure to like and subscribe. It would really help the channel. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, or hey, you just want to chat and tell me about the adventures that you're going on, do hit me up down in the comment section below. I always look forward to hearing from you. I want to thank you all for joining me once again. We'll see you next time on the bosqueenet adventure. Bye now.